For happy hour at home. Hello and welcome to my kitchen here in Southern California. Um, we like happy hour at home because we can do it in our slippers, our moccasins, our bare feet, our socks, whatever. And if last weekend for you was anything like it was for me, Halloween party, flew to Vegas to go to a U2 concert at the brand new Sphere. Highly recommend that. That thing is really honestly a marvel. It was the coolest place to see a concert, but it also cost you a pretty penny. And then of course you got to get back from Vegas and get all ready to go to work the next day. So don't recommend the kind of weekend I had last weekend, but that's again why we like happy hour at home because it allows me, you, one and all, to spare everyone else the cold that you have since gotten returning to, you know, the kind of weather that I return to, which is the Santa Ana winds, which dries one out, dries up all the brush, and creates a fire hazard. So, what we're going to make is a New York sour and something that dates back really to the 1870s or 1890s, but to 1862 we go to what was his name? Larry, Harry, let's see, Thomas, let's see, let's find a name. Jerry Thomas's bartender guide, Jerry Thomas bartender's guide to 1862. He created the whiskey sour. Okay, he gets credit. He was the first one to put it down on paper in black and white. And so he created the whiskey sour, which is really the basis for so many different drinks: a spirit, citrus, and sugar. Easy peasy, right? Well, the New York sour dates about, like I said, a couple of decades later to the 70s or 80s, perhaps the 1870s or 80s. And it's called the New York sour, but here's where there's a little bit of kerfuffle. People think it might have actually been created in Chicago, but I don't know. What are you going to do? A New Yorker stepped in and, you know, a catchier name, the New York Sour versus the Chicago or Illinois Sour. Yeah, it doesn't ring. And plus, Chicago has the South Side, named after Al Capone, his favorite drink of choice. I believe that's, I know it has mint. I do believe some lime juice and gin, and it is along with a sweetener, like a lot of them did. Okay, so we're going to make a cocktail. This one requires either a rye whiskey or a bourbon. I am completely out of bourbon, people. Completely out. Please send help. But I am going to use a Templeton rye, a whiskey branded with the San Diego Padres. Didn't quite make it to the World Series or October Ball this year. I'm going to use some fresh squeezed lemon juice, and we're talking from my sister's tree. These are Meyer lemons. Meyer lemons you want to use to juice because they are super juicy, but if you need the pith or the skin like we do when we make our limoncello, you're going to want to go with a more traditional lemon. We're going to use some simple syrup. I'm going to use the simple syrup light. Fewer calories, 94% fewer calories. Thank you, of Master of Mixes. And I'm also going to use a dry red wine. Probably your best bet would be a Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a 2017 Scattered Peaks. Highly recommend. 2017 for cabs was a very, very hot year. So it's very fruit forward, I hear. I mean, I don't just hear, I actually might have sampled the merchandise last night. Thank you to my friend Tom Wing for sending me that. And we're going to use an egg from some chicken. I don't know whence he came or she. We're going to use the egg white. So I'm going to actually save the egg yolk because I'm going to make some scrambled eggs for myself tomorrow morning and just add another egg and voila. Plenty of cholesterol to go around. So that's all it takes, really. We're going to put it in a rocks glass. I've got my rocks ready to go, except, we had an interloper fall into the ice last night. So we're just going to make do. Okay, over ice in your shaker, you're going to add, and I'll figure out or tell you how we incorporate this. You're gonna need like a bar spoon or just teaspoon or whatever to incorporate it. But we're gonna add 2 ounces of either, again, rye whiskey or bourbon, and then we're gonna add 1 full ounce of our lemon juice, fresh squeezed, always best. But Master of Mixes also has that for you. Fresh pressed juices that are shelf stable. And then let's see. Ooh, okay, the light simple syrup, we're going to go with 3/4 of an ounce of your simple syrup. Come to mama. And then we are actually going to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. Wish me luck. I used to be really good at this, trying to get like, whoop, okay. Well, let's see. So that's gonna, oh, I forgot. I needed something else. That's okay. I have an extra glass. We can make do because here we go. Just trying to get all the egg white out. And you don't have to add egg white. And if, in fact, you shouldn't. If you're pregnant, you shouldn't be drinking anyway. But I want to set that aside. Where could I put it? Where could I possibly put it where it won't get all over everything? Um, but you could use pasteurized egg whites. They sell those. That would be a grand idea. Oh, and see, I did get some shell in there. God dang it. Crunch. We just consider it extra crunchy. Nobody likes to chew their cocktails, especially not me. That's why I love you, Rock, and I loved your Terramana tequila and your watermelon margarita or whatever you called it. But ooh, you got to really pummel that watermelon because again, I don't love chewing it. Which, by the way, I tried boba for the first time. Actually, did kind of like that in a cocktail too. Oh, I didn't put the egg white in. It's really for texture. Honestly, it doesn't really obviously have a lot of flavor, but it just will kind of give it a little froth and give it a little texture. If you like that sort of thing. Texture. Oh, hello, Paula Restley. My girlfriend met the Vice President of the United States. Love her or hate her, the Vice President of the United States. How many of you can say you've met anybody that high in American politics? Okay. Okay, give it a good shake. I love this shaker because it doesn't freeze your hands off, but I also, don't necessarily know when it's good and ready. Okay, I'm going to take one of my rocks, put it right like so, and then give it another good shake because I want it really, 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 really cold. So in other words, I've got a head cold, so this is going to be a medicinal cocktail. Let's just pretend. Okay, I'm going to pour that over. Okay. La-di-da. The thing about this cocktail, yeah, you pour it over the back of a bar spoon or a teaspoon, and it will really like sit on top. It is so cool. Okay, so let me squeeze as much as I can out of the cocktail shaker. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. Yeah, it's just a little frothy. A little frothy. I like it though. Okay, and we're actually going to measure out just a half of an ounce of the red wine. And I wish I could. Let's see if I could. I want you guys to be able to see it. So let me tilt the camera down. And my eyes are up here. Let me tilt it down just a little bit so you can kind of see it happen. The magic happen. Let's see. Perks of working with the world's greatest historic Black college. Yep, University Morehouse. Amen. And hello, happy Friday. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. I have not tried. I have not practiced. Okay, so back of the spoon we go. Oops, I'm failing. I'm failing miserably. Oh, 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 oh. I don't want it like. Well, it's kind of. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more wine. That's how we're going to remedy that situation. Maybe I should have used a bigger spoon. I don't know. Let's use a bigger spoon. I have to get it out of the dishwasher. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me try that. It's a little technique issue that I'm having. God, it's spilling all over I'm wasting more of this than maybe I'm not pouring it fast enough. I don't know. Okay, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. So I don't know. There you have it. The New York Sour. Let's see how we like it. That's good. That's good. I'm just trying to get like the red wine, you know, have it all go down the same time. Let's see. Just trying to differentiate the flavors, which are all good. Mm. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That is good, but I have spilled a little bit of wine, you know. Anyway, cheers to that. 2 ounces of rye whiskey or your favorite bourbon, 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, and then you want to put maybe one egg white in it, maybe you don't, maybe you want to skip that, and then just try to pour Try to do a better job than I did for crying out loud. A half ounce of your favorite dry red wine. And there you have it, the New York Sour. Cheers, New York state of mind. Mm-mm-mm. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay healthy. Let's drink to our friends and our family and our loved ones staying healthy above all else. Because I've had some friends going through some stuff. Let me tell you, it runs the gamut. And I wish everybody well. So thank you for watching, and we'll check in with you again next week. Again, I'll post a picture of maybe a second cocktail. They're medicinal at this point, and the recipe and the video to watch and more. So thank you guys. Appreciate you. Hi, Jim, and you too. Chin chin, Paula. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Cheers.